Good day. This is Tracy Davis with the 5-Minute Faith Focus. Today is July 11th, 2017, and therefore we are in Proverbs Chapter 11 on today. We are continuing our theme on contrasting the godly and the wicked. And so we're going to go ahead and get started, as we do have a lot of verses to cover. Okay. Line 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And so what he's saying here is that when you have a false balance or a deceptive balance, is that God knows that, as being a business person, he knows that you need to make money in order to stay in business, in order to be able to take care of your family. However, what he doesn't like, and what is an abomination, and remember we just read a few chapters back about the first abomination that we knew about in Proverbs, was that the discord among brethren. Okay, so on discord among brethren. And here we have another abomination from God that talks about the deceptive balance. Okay, so just if you're in business, or just make sure that you're doing things that are right and you're not trying to take advantage of people. Okay, line 2. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. And so what Solomon is telling us is that, what we're going to later find out, that pride comes before the fall. I mean, if when you have pride, that means that it's like being conceited and superior over other people. You're using that like to say you're better than anybody else. Okay, but as believers of Jesus Christ, we are no better than anybody, but we K-N-O-W better. Okay, so we know better, but we know better. And so being that we know better, then we are commanded to do better. Okay? And so that's what he's saying, that when the pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. 3, the integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. And so remember that perverseness. We talked about that before already, about that continuing in sinful ways. That's going to bring destruction. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. So what he's saying is that when we have major catastrophic events that happen, it doesn't matter, what kind of money that you have at that moment. It matters nothing. And so, when the wrath of God comes upon a nation or anything like that, or even ourselves or our family or whatever, when that wrath comes, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. You're going to face whatever recompense, that is due you. We're in 5. The righteousness of the blameless will direct his path aright. The righteousness of the blameless will direct his way aright, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. And so we're going to see this, like I said, this seesaw back and forth with the righteous and the wicked. And when you know to do right, why walk a wayward path? Just stay on that road. Like I said, you may be walking by yourself. You may not have anybody going with you. And just like Jesus said, that narrow is the way that leads to life. Only a few people on that road. Wide is the way that leads to destruction, and a whole bunch of folks is on that road. take the road less traveled. Sorry, I'm losing my spot. The righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be taken by their own lust. Okay, you see what happened with that man, with that adulterous woman. Being lustful is going to lead you to a short life. It's going to lead you to a short life, and being unfaithful. And if you're married, man or woman, you married, man, you're married to your wife. Wife, you're married to your husband. Be faithful. Be faithful and honor God in a covenant relationship. And don't let anybody, cause you to be unfaithful to your spouse. Line 7. When a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish. So his hope is gone. And the hope of the unjust perishes. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. So let's go back to 7. When a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish. There's no more hope for him. If you're wicked, you're going to hell. If you're righteous, you're going to heaven. So there's no more hope. When the righteous people die, they have hope in eternal life in heaven. When a wicked man dies, their hope is gone, but they do have eternal life, but it's going to be eternal life in hell. 8. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. 9. The hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge the righteous will be delivered. So a hypocrite is someone who is have a false sense of religion. Okay, they use like religious terms, religious this, religious that, but they themselves don't. They talk it, but they don't walk it. Talk it, but don't walk it. All right, and then you hear a lot of people say, well, I'm not, going to church because it's full of hypocrites. Well, they have a lot of hypocrites at Wal-Mart, and I guarantee you're going there to get the good values. They have a lot of hypocrites where you work, but I guarantee you're going because you have to get that paycheck to pay them bills. And so you mean to tell me you're going to refuse to go to church where the hypocrites are and let your soul perish? How much sense that makes? None. 10, when it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting. Okay, so remember that time. I'm sorry for laughing, Lord. When Sodom, they called Saddam Hussein and everything. And then I think he had a trial or something like that. And then they end up, finding him guilty. And they killed him. Okay, and so because he was brought to justice, had a trial, whatever, and found him guilty. They went ahead and killed him. He had no chance to sit in jail or nothing like that. And the people just, they were rejoiced in the streets. They rejoiced in the streets, and they tore down his statue and all this other stuff. Because when the wicked perish, there's going to be shouting. And if you're a wicked person and something happens to you, God forbid, until you come to the Lord, people going to be happy you're not here. And that's a shame to say, but I'm just saying what the scriptures say. They're going to be happy you're not here. They're going to be, oh, that wicked person gone off this earth. Don't have to give me no more trouble. That's how they're going to be doing. Okay? By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. And so what he's saying is that whatever city you're in, bless your city. Bless your city. And that's going to help lift the city. That's going to exalt the city. All right? But if you, but the city is going to be taken over by the mouth of what? The wicked, don't put down on you. Yeah, you may not have no Chuck E. Cheese. You may not have such and such in the city or whatever. May not have no beach or nothing like that. But, you know, there are things that are in the city that you can enjoy, okay? And like the saying goes, bloom where you plant it. 12, he who is devoid of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. 13, a talebearer reveals secrets, but he who is of a faithful spirit conceals a matter. So a talebearer is a gossiper. Listen, if you know somebody gossips, don't tell them your business. It's going to be all over the place. Okay? Scripture's telling us that they reveal the secrets. So if they're talking about somebody to you, they're talking about you to somebody. Don't tell them your business. But if you have a faithful person, but he who is of a faithful spirit conceals a matter. And like Mama used to always tell them, be like a tree, hold your water. Somebody tells you something, hold it. So when you're talking to me, it's like you're talking to a tree, because I know how to hold my water. 14, where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. 15, he who is surety for a stranger will suffer for it, but one who hates being surety is secure. Okay, so what he's trying to tell you, you know that person is a stranger. Why you want to go co-sign and put your name on something, you know, for a stranger that you don't know? Because he don't know you, you don't know him. You go sign your name on something, then you're going to be held responsible for that bill. But one who hates being a co-signer is secure. I'm not going to co-sign my name on nothing because I need to maintain my credit. Okay? 16, a gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. Perspective. Some like honor, some like riches. 17, the merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. So just like Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, those who show mercy, you're going to receive mercy. If you don't show no mercy, you're not going to receive no mercy. You don't show no forgiveness, you're not going to receive no forgiveness. It's tip for tap. Man, I'm just like losing my place tonight. I'm sorry. The wicked man does deceptive work, but to him who sows righteousness will be a sure reward. Okay? So, but to him who sows righteousness will be a sure reward. The wicked man does deceptive work, but to him who sows righteousness will be a sure reward. Okay, so what it's saying is like being deceived in your work practices. If them people paying you to do a job, do it. Don't be, you know, all out hanging outside, all on your phone and all this other stuff, and you know you should be working. 19, as righteousness leads to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. As righteousness leads to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. So being righteous is going to have you it's going to lead you to life. But if you're being evil, you're pursuing evil, you're going to die. 20, those who are of a perverse heart are an abomination to the Lord. Here we are, another abomination. A perverse heart now. God isn't playing. Remember, the abomination is a sin that he hates the most. It's repulsive to him. All right? And that perverse heart, that continual habitually sinning, it doesn't please God at all. But such as are blameless in their ways are his delight. 21. Though they join forces, the wicked would not go unpunished, but the posterity of the righteous will be delivered. So it doesn't matter how many people you have against you. As long as God is for you, you got it. And it's not only for you, but for your future generations that's coming after you. Just continue to be right. As Mama says, you be right, right is going to always follow you. And not only follow you, but now it's going to what? Follow the future generations that's coming after you. "22. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion." Okay, like Jesus said, you don't cast your pearls to swine. They're going to trample it under their feet. Now he's saying that like a ring of gold in a pig. Okay, you dressing up a pig now. Okay, so you put that little gold earring in his nose. And a woman can be lovely, but if she has no discretion, she just like a pig with a ring in her nose. Solomon something, I'm telling you. 23. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. So when you desire, the desire of the righteous is only good. You want good. You desire good. Who wouldn't want to desire good? Who wouldn't want good in their lives? The wicked, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. And so, I mean, you get what you get what you put in. If you want good, you put in good. If you put in bad and wickedness, you get wrath. It's tip for tap. 24. There is one who scatters yet increases more, and there is one who withholds more than is right, but it leads to poverty. This is like with giving. Okay? The more you give, the more you have. Why? Because you can't be God's given, no matter how you try. That's a song. And so the more you try to hold on, and you when you like this tight-fisted, can't nothing come in. If you're not letting nothing go out, ain't nothing coming in. If nothing's coming in, you're going to end up in poverty. The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters would also be watered himself. Now, let me read that again. The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. The people will curse him who withholds grain, but blessing will be on the head of him who sells it. So, like I said, the more you give, the richer you become. It seems like it's like the more you give, it's like, you know, you become poor. That's not God's math. God's math is the more you give, the more you have. Because you can't beat his giving. No matter how hard you try. And so, and the people, I like to say, if you grow on wheat, you have a wheat harvest or a wheat farm. Okay, and you say, oh, well, it's time to harvest my wheat. But you don't, and you harvest, you put everything in a barn. People going to curse you out because why you not selling it? We need something to eat. Why you not selling your wheat? So we can have something to eat. 27. He who diligently seeks good finds favor, but trouble will come to him who seeks evil. Whatever you're looking for, is what you're going to get. If you're looking for favor, you're going to get it. If you're looking for evil, you're going to get that too. Which one you want? 28. He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like foliage. You can't trust in your riches. Remember, the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. Everything is God's. And if you have something, if you're rich and you have something, that's the favor of God. But don't trust in it. You trust God, because he's the one who gives men wealth. So he who trusts in riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like foliage. 29. He who troubles his own house will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise of heart. So if you're causing trouble in your own home, you're going to be gone with the wind. Okay, 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. When you're bearing fruit, you're winning souls. That's being wise. The more people we win for Jesus Christ, that's the less wicked people we have to deal with. That's wisdom. Who don't want to win souls? So if you're tired of wicked people, introduce them to Jesus. One less wicked person we have to worry about. If the righteous will be recompensed on the earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? So the righteous will be rewarded. Remember, faithfulness is rewarded. So is unfaithfulness. So if we don't do things that's right as believers of Jesus Christ, we're going to be rewarded for that. We will face some chastisement from the Lord. And so as being followers of Christ, and we face chastisement from the Lord when we do things, same way you think the wicked and the sinner are not going to be punished either? So I'm sorry, so it went really over today. I was just losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry about that. You know, yes, I'm just tired. It's been a long day. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for, your likes and for your comments. I appreciate that. That's Proverbs Chapter 11. Lord's willing, we'll be in Proverbs Chapter 12. And hopefully I would be able to have better eyes so I could be able to see. Okay, so that's it for tonight. It is getting late, but anyway, I wanted to make sure I get this for you guys. I love you. God bless you. Stay vigilant and stay in the favor of God.